The year is 1645. An aging Miyamoto Musashi is sitting alone in a dimly lit room, just 1 week before he died, writing out a final list of 21 rules for life. He called this document the Dokkodo, which translates to the way of walking alone. While much of the text focuses on discipline and martial focus, Rule 5 stands out for its apparent severity. It reads simply, "Never let yourself be saddened by a separation." On the surface, this sounds like the command of an emotionless killer, but looking at Musashi's life suggests he was speaking from a place of hard-won resilience rather than a lack of heart. To find the origin of this rule, we have to leave this quiet room and step into the turbulence of the Sengoku period. Musashi's youth was defined by absolute instability, an era of perpetual warfare, sudden political exile, and radically shifting loyalties, where nothing stayed the same for long. A samurai could say goodbye to his family in the morning and be dead by nightfall. Rule 5 grew out of this reality. In a world of absolute impermanence, Musashi viewed the loss of balance as a far greater threat than the loss of a companion. Musashi spent his entire life in a state of departure. He left mentors, abandoned material comfort, and spent his years traveling between provinces. He watched comrades fall in battle and saw friends drift away, experiencing the same repetitive rhythm of loss that defined his entire age. He realized that while the pain of leaving is natural, the decision to cling to what is already gone creates a massive strategic vulnerability. When the mind attempts to demand permanence from a world that doesn't offer it, it loses its internal balance and its ability to judge the present moment. In a duel, if your spirit is captured by the person who isn't there, you lose the ability to defend yourself against the enemy who is. He isn't suggesting that we stop feeling. He is warning against becoming imprisoned by those feelings. Discipline, in Musashi's view, is the capacity to experience the honesty of a departure without letting it stop you from fulfilling your next duty. Much of our suffering stems less from the act of separation and more from the energy we spend trying to resist it. Imagine holding water. If you squeeze tightly to keep it from moving, the pressure of your grip forces the liquid to escape. Trying to possess a person or a moment guarantees a faster, more painful loss because you are fighting against the natural flow of change. But when your hand stays open and relaxed, the water rests peacefully. This open hand allows us to appreciate a relationship while it is present, without our spirits being shattered when the water eventually flows away. Back in the year 1645, Musashi was finishing the Dokkodo while preparing for his own final departure from the world. His definition of separation reached into every corner of the human experience, far beyond the violence of his youth. It applies to a relationship ending, a child leaving home, or a mentor stepping away. These moments aren't failures of life. They are the fundamental mechanics of it. Life is a series of continual separations. Think of a large tree in the wind. It releases its leaves in the autumn without resisting the change of the seasons. The tree doesn't mourn what has fallen. It accepts the reality of the season and waits for the growth that spring will eventually bring. True resilience means loving with everything you have, but walking forward with an open hand, carrying the lessons of those we've lost instead of the weight of their absence.